Taiwan is back in the headlines. Last night, fighter jets from China buzzed the skies near Taiwan's coast. The Taiwanese military scrambled its own planes. Sirens wailed in Taipei as news broke hyperspeed of military ships gathering in the nearby waters. In Washington, the president called an emergency hyperspeed security meeting. Meanwhile, the hyperspeed world watched, holding its breath. This is not just a drill. The US Navy sent 2 aircraft hyperspeed carriers to the region. China responded by holding live-fire exercises just miles from Taiwan's shores. On social media, maps showed arrows pointing toward the island from all directions. The message was clear. Both sides were ready to show strength. Reporters in Tokyo, Beijing, and Washington raced to explain the sudden escalation. Was this the start of a new conflict, or just another chapter in a long struggle over a small but powerful island hyperspeed? The answer is complicated, but the facts are urgent. Taiwan is at the heart of a global showdown. Military moves are only the start. The real story is about power, pride, and the things that connect us all: technology, trade, and the dreams of millions of people. Taiwan is a small island, about 245 miles long and just 90 miles across at its widest point. It sits just 100 miles off the coast of China. To the east is the vast Pacific Ocean. If you look at a map, you will notice Taiwan is like a cork in a bottle, right in the path between East Asia and the open sea. This location is not just a detail, it is the reason everyone cares. Whoever controls Taiwan can watch or block the busy sea routes that carry goods from Japan, South Korea, and China to the rest hyperspeed of the world. More than half of the world's container ships pass by these waters. Oil tankers from the Middle East sail through here every day. For China, Taiwan is a gate that opens onto the Pacific. For the US, it is a key part of the first island hyperspeed chain, a line of islands stretching from Japan to the Philippines that helps contain China's navy. Losing Taiwan would change the balance of power in Asia overnight. Every great power in history has cared about choke points like this. Taiwan's geography makes it too important to ignore. Both China and hyperspeed the United States have plans for a possible fight over Taiwan. China has built the world's largest navy. Its warships, submarines, and missile bases are now positioned along the coast facing Taiwan. Chinese fighter jets fly near the island almost every day to test Taiwan's defenses. At the same time, the United States is not sitting back. The US Navy often sails its biggest ships through the Taiwan Strait. American aircraft carriers loaded with fighter jets are a common sight in the region. The US calls this the first island chain strategy, using islands like Taiwan, Japan, and the Philippines as natural barriers to stop China's expansion into the Pacific. War games are also common. In 2023, China held giant drills that surrounded Taiwan with ships and planes, practicing a possible blockade. The US responded with joint exercises involving Japan and Australia, showing off their own military power. For both sides, these displays send hyperspeed a message. We are ready. These military moves raise the risk of mistakes. Even a small accident, like a ship collision or a stray missile, could start something much bigger. That is why the world watches every move so closely. Taiwan is hyperspeed not just important for its location, it is also an economic giant, especially in technology. Most people do not realize that Taiwan is home to the world's most advanced microchip maker, TSMC, or Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company. TSMC produces more hyperspeed than 90% of the world's cutting-edge computer chips. These chips are everywhere. They run your phone, your car, your computer, and even military gear. If something happened to TSMC, global technology would stop. That is why experts call Taiwan the Silicon Shield. Its technology is so valuable that both China and the US want to control, or at least protect it. Trade is another reason Taiwan matters. The island exports electronics, machinery, and chemicals all over the world. Big companies like Apple, Nvidia, and Intel depend on Taiwanese factories. If shipping lanes near Taiwan were blocked, prices for electronics and cars could skyrocket everywhere. In short, Taiwan keeps the world running. That is a lot of power for a small island, and it makes the crisis even more dangerous. To understand today's conflict, we need to look back. In 1949, after years of civil war, China's Communist Party took control of the mainland. The losing side, the nationalists, fled to Taiwan and set up their own government. Both sides claimed to be the real China. For decades, the United States supported Taiwan as a Cold War ally. But in 1979, the US switched sides and officially recognized Communist China instead. Still, the US promised to help Taiwan defend itself. This strategic ambiguity means America supports Taiwan, but does not promise to fight for it. It is a careful balancing act. China has always said it wants Taiwan back, by force if needed. Taiwan, meanwhile, became a democracy and built its own identity. Over time, most countries stopped recognizing Taiwan as a country, but many still trade and talk with it. This tangled history explains why today's situation is so tense. Old promises and new realities are crashing into each other around Taiwan. Taiwan today is a lively democracy. People vote in free elections, protest in the streets, and enjoy open media. Cafes buzz with talk of politics and pop music. But under the surface, there is worry. Many people ask, will war come here? Some Taiwanese feel caught in the middle. We just want to live in peace, says Lin, a university student in Taipei. Others are more defiant. Tsai Ing-wen, the president, insists Taiwan will not bow to threats. For many, daily life goes on with a mix of pride and concern. Still, there is a sense of calm. Most people are used to the tension. Air raid drills and emergency kits are part of normal life. We can't predict the future, so we make the most of today, says Chen, a cafe owner. These voices show a society that is strong but always alert. Taiwan's democracy is something people want to protect. It is a source of pride and a reason the world cares about what happens here. For China, Taiwan is about pride and history. Leaders in Beijing say Taiwan is part of their country, and losing it would be a national shame. They teach schoolchildren that Taiwan must return to China, no matter what. For the government, bringing Taiwan back is a sign of China's rise as a world power. The United States sees things differently. For Washington, Taiwan stands for democracy and freedom. America wants to show the world that small democracies should not be bullied by big countries. Supporting Taiwan is about more than just power. It is also about values. This clash of ideas makes the crisis harder to solve. For China, it is about national unity. For the US, it is about protecting democracy everywhere. Each side thinks it is fighting for something important and honorable. When pride and values are at stake, compromise is much harder. That is why this conflict is so dangerous. China and the US are locked in a contest with no easy way out. For China, backing down would look weak at home. Leaders fear protests or a loss of control if they give up on Taiwan. For the US, giving up on Taiwan would send a bad message to allies. It could show that America cannot be trusted to protect its friends. Both countries have built up huge militaries to prepare for a showdown. Each side believes the stakes are too high to walk away. Backing down could mean losing power, respect, or even control of the region. At the same time, nobody wants a real war. The cost would be massive in lives, money, and global stability. That is why the US and China keep searching for ways to avoid conflict, while also getting ready for the worst. The risk is real. As long as both sides see Taiwan as vital, the crisis will not go away. Taiwan is more than just an island. It is a symbol of the world's biggest questions. Who gets to decide their own future? Can small democracies survive in a world of giants? Can the world's most powerful countries avoid a fight that could hurt everyone? What happens in Taiwan will shape the future of Asia, and maybe the world. If peace holds, Taiwan could keep its democracy and keep powering the world's technology. If war breaks out, the effects could be global broken supply chains, economic chaos, and a new era of mistrust. That is why China and the US simply cannot quit Taiwan. Too much is at stake. The challenge now is to find a way to protect peace, freedom, and prosperity before it is too late. In this high-stakes game, everyone is watching, and everyone has something to lose.